Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk. I'm your host, Andrew James, and today I'm pleased to have with us in studio via Zoom our worship, the Mayor of Linden, Miss Waneka Arrindell.
Thank you for having me, Mr. James. It truly is an honor to be on the program, and I do hope that this sharing of information will help to advance and promote Linden.
Madam Mayor, it's a good time for Linden, and I'm so happy that you've taken the time out to share some of your time with us, of course. Can you tell us a little bit about the role of the City Council as it relates to the operation in Linden, please?
All right, so the Linden Mayor Town Council's main role is to provide basic services to the municipality, that is the town itself. Basically, most persons know about our garbage collection because people seem to think that's what we do. But outside of garbage collection, we are responsible for minor roads, that is the repair to minor roads, all those internal roads that run under the municipality. We are responsible for paying for all street lights. So once there's street lights up and functioning, the Mayor and Town Council pays for that. Even if a resident applies and put up a street light, that street light cost goes onto the council's budget. The council also looks into things like overhanging trees, any concerns that residents have in terms of fence, how high persons' fence can go if persons have poultry in their yards, how that affect the residents, the environmental impact. Buildings, we are responsible for all buildings going up within the township, regardless if it's housing or if it's business. Those building plans must come through the municipality and be approved before those buildings can be put up. And of course, you know, we have the municipal markets. We're responsible for managing those areas. The cemetery as a burial ground, we're responsible for managing that also. Those are some of the basic things that we do. And of course, we do that based on the revenues that we collect from those persons who pay their rates and taxes.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing it in depth and giving us a little bit of background as to what's happening. Schools show. I'm sure you're aware. I know of you. I know you attended Mackenzie High School for 1 year. I know not a lot of people might be aware of that. But it being a Mackenzie High School, can you tell us a little bit about what it is exactly you're working on for that will benefit Mackenzie High School, if I may? It being Mackenzie High School is the top school in the region.
Please, before I get trolled from New Silver City, that was my main school for 5 years, and then I went to Mackenzie High School in 1997, and I did 4 new subjects for CXC. It truly was a wonderful experience, a change in environment, and I don't think most persons would remember me. I was pretty quiet then. I was pretty thin then, but it was different for me, and I enjoyed that year that I was there. One of the things I noted for the year was there across the road from Mackenzie High School, there's a large plot of land. Previously, we learned that that land was allotted, well, not really allotted, but it was used by the school for PE and games. Over the years, it has deteriorated. What the Mayor and Town Council has been looking into, we are starting conversations with NISIL for NISIL to lease the land to the municipality, because it's our hope that we can create a multi-sporting facility that will not only benefit, of course, the school, but of course the entire community at Linden is. So the area is very large. We're hoping to have a basketball court, lawn tennis, badminton, football. So it's going to be divided. So the persons will be able to utilize the space for sports. As you know, Linden is always top as it relates to sports. So I do believe that this type of facility will benefit the school, but also benefit the entire community of Linden. So as an alumni of Mackenzie High School, I hope we can also come on board with the project and kind of develop that area so that it can go back to, I think, the original plan of what our leaders had in mind for that area or itself.
Okay, excellent. I look forward to working with you to see that dream realized. I know throughout the community of Linden, there have been a lot of nice development. I am impressed with the changes you've been making in the market square. I know a lot of your local councilors have been working in consultation with the CDC, I think it is, to erect and promote signage in communities throughout Linden, and I applaud your efforts for that. If you look at a lot of municipalities outside of Linden, in North America, if I may, we are seeing the development of welcoming signs. Signs saying welcome to Toronto, welcome to Paris, welcome to different cities. Any plans to realize a sign showcasing Linden in the form of a welcome to Linden sign in the near future at all?
Oh, absolutely. I think even before the Welcome to Guyana, the I Love Guyana sign went up, Linden was talking since in 2018 about having a Welcome to Linden sign placed. The only thing we've been able to do, we're working on how much it would cost. And of course, the location for this. A lot of persons do not know that Linden does not begin at Millie's Hideout, but it actually begins at the bridge as you cross over into Bamio. So conversations and consultations will be made as to where we think it's
Wow.
best to place such a sign. Some persons have suggested as soon as you cross that bridge on that rise to Bamia, some persons are suggesting Millie's Hideout. But definitely, we do believe that a sign of this magnitude would also help to improve tourism in Linden. So a welcome to Linden sign is in the making. But of course, we're going to have consultations with residents and of course, our members in the diaspora to see where best we can place this. So that of course, when it comes into being, persons will be able to stop. They'll have the chance to pull off of our roadway. So that all depends on where that sign will be placed. And we love to have the buy-in of residents. So definitely the consultation. And hopefully before 2021 is through, that signage is up.
Excellent. That would be great for tourism. I know there's a lot of Londoners returning back home, and they would like to come back with some kind of an image of Linden or some kind of something they can remember. I know traditionally Linden used to be a bauxite town, and most visitors would always go by I guess the washer pan and take pictures with the bauxite dust in the background. So I like the fact that you're thinking outside of the box and you're thinking along the lines of realizing a welcome sign for Linden. I personally, if you're open to it, go ahead.
Well, I wanted you to complete so I can say, because the bauxite vision will not die. The Centennial Park is going to be up. That would allow you now to be able to have a space where you can go and actually take pictures that are replicas of what the bauxite company was before. That park is going to be just alongside the hospital,
Hmm.
stretch on the turn straight to Russ area. Vision with the Centennial Committee is that that entire area will be transformed. You'll have a bauxite walk of fame where persons and names of persons who once worked at the bauxite company will be placed on these stones. You will have replicas of the bauxite company placed there. So those are all visions that I do know will support tourism also in Linden.
Excellent. I look forward to working with you once the welcome sign is erected to explore ways in which we can support the maintenance and the upkeep of that sign, if at all possible, if you're open to doing a
Definitely.
partnership around that concept. Apart from being the mayor of Linden, um, I know, I've heard that you're a big time singer. Is that true?
Not big time, but you know, a little there, here and there. Had my youthful age growing up in the church, and we sang at competitions. So there's a little voice left there.
Any chance I can put you in the spot and perhaps ask you for a little rendition or a little sample?
All right, I'll pull a little Lord. Right now. You ready?
Absolutely. We're on. You're on.
All right. This song, My Hallelujah Belongs to You. I'll just pull a few lines of that. Ready?
Always.
Okay. My hallelujah belongs to you. My hallelujah belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Oh my! I feel like Johnny. We should have our own little show called The
We
Voices of Linden or Linden in Action or something.
love definitely.
Starting with the mirror.
We could do that. We could do that.
Starting from the top. Yes. Mrs. Madame Mayor, it was really nice having you in studio. I have one other question for you.
Go ahead.
I know I like to do this. It's a bad habit I have. This has nothing to do with Mackenzie High School, but this is just more about the town of Linden. My last visit in Linden, I noticed there are pockets of abandoned homes. And I think you spoke earlier about I think one of your roles of the municipality is around rates and tax collections. Can you touch a little bit about those? I know we have a lot of political pundits and a lot of pundits of Linden that they always complain that the municipality is not doing enough and so on. In terms of rates collections, are you collecting rates and tax from folks that are living overseas but yet they have properties that are abandoned back home? And can you touch a little bit about that if possible?
All right. As it relates to the abandoned homes, we do have some jurisdiction and we do collect rates and taxes. But keep in mind, we can only collect rates and taxes for those areas that have been gazetted by the government.
Mm.
And we must keep in mind that the rate tax revaluation has not been done as yet, and we're still under the 1976 guideline. So people are paying something like 80 Guyana dollars per year for their rates. The highest might be 3,000. The problem is, outside of that, all of the communities have not been gazetted or handed over to the council. So we have almost 80 communities, but maybe 20% of that are those that pay rates and taxes. So remember, in order for us to do anything with these abandoned lands or abandoned buildings, we can pull them down, we have the authority to, but we don't have the finances. What we have found, however, that persons overseas, whenever they come home, they'll pay off their rates and taxes. But what we are trying to do, we have partnered with Republic Bank, and Republic Bank is going to allow us to have persons who are overseas pay their rates and via the banking system, which will ease the strain on some persons. And so we're hoping that that can be done as soon as possible, so persons overseas will be able to pay, and it will help them because it will help us to make contact with them. Some persons are willing to clean their lands, to upkeep their lands. Sometimes when they send their money down to persons to do, it's not done, the way they wish. So through this payment with the municipality, we can give them some persons we have on file. We have contractors on file that can help them to also maintain their. So we're moving in that direction, and hopefully we can see some of those abandoned buildings being repaired and the areas being upkept.
Excellent. Where the library is about the round, I guess when I was a little boy, we used to call it a roundabout. I know the council have been doing remarkable work in, I like to use the word revitalize the area there. Good job on the part of the mayor and city council. I commend you guys for doing that. It was a breath of fresh air when I returned to see the enhancement around the circle, and it was good. I know you are working to do some Riverside revitalization close to where the bandstand is. Any chance? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because my vision is I can see Mackenzie High School students after school going there and hanging out. I know there's folks, there's stocks of because of this COVID-19. They're talking points around the concept of having outdoor classrooms. Any plans to enhance that section of the riverfront there? And if at all, are you able to share with us a little bit about what your plans for that area is, if at all?
Definitely. I know we started last year. We started with a minor project to clear and beautify the area. So if you come now, the area is cleared. We have put a little picket fence. We're trying to get our fence up and running. What our vision is to have a green open space in that area. Persons have started to utilize it, which is awesome. Persons are coming out in the afternoons and doing a little exercise classes. Persons are driving their cars. You can drive into the site where you can park your car and just watch the riverfront. The scenery is awesome from either side of the river. I think the major picture is we want, anybody knowing the history of Linden knew that the back of the municipal council's yard, which is the front, of course, in history, toward the river, was once a social where they had a benab and they would be able to sit on the riverfront. We're hoping that this new administration will allow us to carry out the project we have in mind, where we're going to create from the Mayor and Town Council all the way to the Egbert Benjamin. As you know, that big open space there. We want to do a boardwalk and we want to have it interlinked along that back where we can have open spaces for children. We're going to have a little playground area for your children, have maybe 2 kiosks, maybe something selling some ice cream, some hot dogs where you can sit in the afternoon and overlook. We want to, it's a vision and we're just creating it as we go. We want to have that outdoor gym where you have persons can just come to this specific area where you can have that little outdoor gym where you can do a little pull-up, push-ups, a little walk. And this comes, of course, with me being able to travel and see this happening. We are in a twinning process with New Jersey, and that's where we saw the outdoor gym. So they had promised they'll give us the sketch to see how we can get that done. If we can get this project done, it's going to be a great boost for relaxation in Linden. Of course, a contribution to tourism. Persons will be able to come out in the afternoons, have some exercise, have some place to relax after a hard day's work. And, you know, that's the vision of where we're looking that entire strip along the riverfront to be.
Final question. What would you say to someone in the diaspora who is willing and open to donate, it being items that they have surplus from their workplaces? There's a lot of Guyanese I know in the diaspora that do go to auctions and they buy stuff for cheap. Liquidation sales, businesses going out, closing doors. A lot of Guyanese like to take advantage of this, and I know personally Guyanese that have surplus of stuff available in their garages and their sheds. I know of people that are personally looking to, I wouldn't say get rid of, but they're looking to donate these items. What would your recommendation or suggestion be to someone that has stuff that's willing to donate to the local municipality of Linden at this time?
The municipality of Linden is open towards donation. I do understand all the nitty-gritties that come along with that. But what we can do is any person can reach out to the mayor. We do not yet have a projects department, but we do have a project team and our social committee that would allow a smooth flow and function of how your contributions are made and where they would go to. I think we're open to that. Can leave my number. Of course, I can give that to you. You'll be able to put it up. Persons can make contact with the mayor's office and we can talk about what it is we intend to do and where and what role any person think they can play and the part they can play in helping us to develop Linden. Everything done through the council is not out of the mayor's office, but it's out of Linden itself. And we'd love to have those participation, those contributions would help to push us a very long way.
You know, it's a head scratcher for me because I did accounting in school. I really don't like to talk too much about my own life, but it bothers me. I mean, it really does. It does affect me to hear the mayor of Linden saying publicly that there's some people just paying $80 a year for property taxes. And that in itself, I mean, how can you run a city? How can you run a local municipality on $3,000 a max? Guyanese dollars, that is. Yes. And earlier you mentioned road maintenance, lighting, market square, and this and that. I say, on behalf of everyone that's listening, God bless you, Madame Mayor. I appreciate all that you're doing. I feel your pain, and I'm willing to use whatever platform or whatever resources I have to assist the community of Linden. This is where I got everything that I have. This is where it all started. It started at Mackenzie High School, which is in the town of Linden. And today I'm pleased and honored to say that I'm proud of everything that I've achieved from Linden. And I'll work tirelessly to use my skills and ability to give back to the town of Linden. Keep singing, keep smiling, keep being a blessing to all your constituents. In spite of everything that's happened, keep your head up high. And my only hope is that you can use your office to influence change in a positive way in the life of perhaps some young person. I always like to encourage everyone to use your office and give someone an opportunity, some young primary school student. Develop some kind of a contest whereby students can come and sit in your chair and dream of one day becoming possibly the mayor of Linden and aspiring for better. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I had with us one of my favorite MPs, and her takeaway was anything that's worth doing is worth doing well. I appreciate having you on today. Thank you for your time, and God bless you. God bless the town of Linden and all your efforts that's currently underway.
Thank you so much.
We will be in touch, and just for the records, for everyone that's viewing this, at the end of the podcast, I will put on a contact information for the office of the Mayor of Linden. So if you're in desire of making a donation, so we can keep this movement flowing, I will give an opportunity at the end of the program. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless the community of Linden.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Bye-bye.